Okay, so we're thinking about the weighted test that's coming up. This is test number 1, and this covers the modules 1 to 3 that you've done on Canvas. So I'm going to share a few tips, just go through a few bits to help you with your preparation. So here we go. You do need to look at the student handbook. This has the standard rules for exam conditions. So the test and exam are under conditions. So some important items. Test is going to be completed using on Canvas or iPass using Lockdown Browser. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a second. There's going to be exam conditions during the test. That means no talking, no communicating with anyone. So we're very vigilant on what happens there. Do bring a laptop. Make sure it's charged and bring your charger. You want it to last the whole time, so you don't want to have a power run out halfway through the test. Now when you come into the room, your bag, any notes that you have, they're put at the front of the class, or maybe the back, depending on the layout, but they're kept separate from you. So all you have at your desk is your laptop, if you have a mouse, that's okay, water bottle, and some pens. Now you should also bring a calculator. Now there is one built into Canvas and Lockdown Browser, but I highly recommend you bring your own. So please do bring your own. They're inexpensive, so do make the investment. Now remember, no phones on you during the test, and also no smartwatches, and that includes Fitbits. So anything that can receive a notification or anything like that, please don't bring it. Now, you will get a sheet of notes paper or working sheet, so yes, bring along some pencils, pens, and I highly recommend that you make a few notes at the very start, just jot down a few thoughts so that you can use it in the test. Now, no toilet breaks are allowed, so once you're in the room, that's it. Once you leave, you're finished. You can bring in water bottles, so that's a bit of a catch-22. The more that you drink, the more you need to use the toilet. So maybe just go easy on drinking water. And finally, chocolate. And if you're thinking, what does he mean by chocolate? Well, chocolate is, I like to reward students for doing well. So for anyone who does really well in the test, and that's usually 95% or more, I will give a king-sized bar or block of chocolate to every student who does that. So I like to say, hey, good work, and yeah. So I hand that out in a couple of weeks after the test. Okay, details of this test. So you've got 2 hours plus 10 minutes. That's just a hangover from a few years ago. 10 minutes reading time. So you've got 130 minutes in total. So the content is part 1, you've got 20 multiple choice questions. Part 2 is you've got a couple of 4 short answer questions, 20 marks. So that's just some definitions. And part 3 is transaction analysis. So that's what we've been doing the debits and credits. You'll have 15 of those. So there you go. So multiple choice questions will focus on the various definitions. Part 2, short answer questions, will be 4 questions, write a short definition. And part 3, transaction analysis. So activity 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, the activities we've been working on, that's going to be in there. Now I've put at the top of the slide, complete all the end of module quizzes and also the practice test. So you've got some tools there that you can actually work through and actually get yourself ready before the day. Because actually you're going to have to do this first. You're going to have to do Lockdown Browser. And you're going to have to install it on your computer. The best way is to navigate to the practice test, and then that will give you a link to download the right version. So don't Google it, it will just get you the wrong version. If you go through this way, you'll get the right version. Now it's a separate web browser, just like Google Chrome, Firefox, but it's a bit special. It requires you to close all your active applications first. So Chrome, Word, Excel, anything that you've got open, it's going to ask you to close that first. The other thing special with Lockdown Browser is you can't exit it during the test. So you can't actually navigate away, you can't do an Alt-Tab or anything, change to anything else. Basically, you are stuck into the test for the duration of the test. So, install it, and then you can give the Week 3 practice test a go. I've set the test so you can give it multiple goes, there's no time limit. Now, also, a special thing for this course is Part 3. So Part 3 is when we're doing transaction analysis. There's actually a little table there that you can use. So you can copy the table, so select it with the mouse, go Control-C, and then paste it into the answer box, go Control-V. So follow the instructions in the test, and then that will make it easy for Part 3 because you've got a little bit of a table. Then you can use, I should put there, the table tools. You can actually add rows, add columns as you need. Okay. Now, once you've submitted the practice test, you can then view the answers. So it will auto-mark the multiple choice. It will show you the correct answers for the other parts, but you need to use Lockdown Browser to see those. Okay, so best of luck. Very, very best of luck for the test. Hope these top tips have been helpful, the exam rules, and hopefully you're well prepared for the first test.